What's up, everybody? So today we've got a jam-packed episode for you. With the Sony State of Play happening and pretty much dominating the news cycle, that's obviously going to be at the top of the list. While it started strong with some games that I hadn't seen before, it unfortunately devolved into a series of remakes. We'll take a look at the interesting titles that came out of the event, and I'll share why I'm really interested in what they're offering. Plus, there was some really interesting news that flew under the radar, like the turmoil that's currently happening at Ubisoft. With their board launching an investigation, employees being encouraged to strike, and their highly controversial flagship title, Assassin's Creed Shadows, being pushed to next year, there's a lot to unpack.
Let us meet your champion.
Next, the legendary Ed Boon sits down for an interview and reveals that they are already working on their next title and have been for the last 3 years. What could it be? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Lastly, we'll dive into the hilarious lawsuit between Shift Up's massive title Stellarblade and the multimedia company that no one's ever heard of until now, which is also named Stellarblade. You won't want to miss that. That's what we're talking about today, with a little more sprinkled throughout, and I have the brightest minds on YouTube to give their expert analysis. Welcome to the Casual Consumer live stream. Welcome to the Casual Consumer live stream.
I gotta say, with that head blowing up graphic, it almost sounded like that was sarcastic. Like I've got the brightest minds, and it's just the dude from Adult Swim, and
No, I mean every word of that, every word.
Yes, I know. Hello, everybody.
Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Right,
we've got
on.
Ken here today. Woo woo.
Yes.
Back. Sup, fam?
Ken, it's been so long. I can't remember what yours is. It's got Nas Indie Boss. We've got Gamer Geek. Leon Kennedy makes her week. We got it right this time. And then it was Ken. What was yours, Ken?
I think I had one, and I was like, I have one, but I don't remember what it was. And I was
Nice.
here end of August. It wasn't that long.
I'm pretty sure
No,
it was
that's
something
true.
anime related, wasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's my brand.
All right, Beerus, in the comments, let us know what it was.
Much appreciated. Yes, if you could.
He's our keeper of the minutes.
Yes. Keeper of all of the knowledge, all of it. Retro to anything. I think I shared with him in Beers. He didn't let me know if he liked it or not, but like the beginning themes of like Power Rangers, X-Men, and it had like a trap beat to it, and it sounded so good. I melted. It was so good. But yeah.
I know.
I need to hear this.
I do.
Nothing beats
maybe
the original DuckTales theme.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he
we're
has
playing
the
that
remix
in
of
my orchestra in the orchestra this season. We're doing Moon theme and the DuckTales theme
No
song as a
way.
medley.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you basing
Right.
it on? Is it based on? Is your arrangement based on the original one or the remake one, which isn't as good?
Oh, the original one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
There we go.
I'm looking forward to that one.
More to come.
See, now it's playing in my head.
DuckTales. Woo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, everyone's here to
It's
watch
all right.
us hum to ourselves. No, we're just
Yeah.
check.
If anybody's not aware of that, go listen. Go find the DuckTales theme,
Mhm.
and you'll
It went
thank
to
us later.
ASMR channel now.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't
we
get
have
those, honestly.
Yes. We got some videos that we got to get into. Did you guys watch the State of Play? Pretty sure everybody
Yes.
did. Yeah. No.
I was at rehearsal when it played.
Right on. Okay,
But now
okay.
you'll get raw reactions from me. You're here for the genuine moment.
That is
Do
awesome.
we have an echo?
I hear
Maybe.
an echo.
We
yeah.
do.
Maybe that's my fault, probably. Is it everything? Are we feeling good? Any like whatchamacallits?
Oh, you're talking about the
stutters
State
or
of Play?
anything? Well, I mean, with
Oh.
the video or anything like that. How are you guys
The
feeling?
video
Good.
looks fine. It's just that echoing feedback that we're getting. That's weird. Not
Gotcha.
from you,
So it's the-
just from all three of us.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. What is going on? Okay, we'll try to power through that.
Rock on.
I'll try to bring up these these whatchamacallits, which I should have had them already up and ready to go, but this is what you get. It's casual, very casual. But for all the ones who did watch the State of Play, which games are you most excited to see coming out? I know we talked about it, GG. Yours was the Horizon Zero Dawn remake. At least that one got you really excited. What other one?
Yeah, I love the Horizon series, and so I'm really excited for that remaster. I wouldn't be as excited, other than graphically, if it wasn't for like that 10 extra hours of dialogue, other stuff. So I'm excited to see that. I love me some Astrobot, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obvi.
The Alan Wake DLC was like really like got me. I was like, ooh. And the other, I can't remember the other one, but it was mostly the Alan Wake DLC and the Horizon Zero Dawn that really got me. I was like, yes.
There were a couple of interesting looking horror games, actually.
Yes.
There were that one
Creepy vibes.
that had like the no face and the no stomach and all that. Like, was
Oh,
really
that was Hell Is Us.
Yes, which
yes, Hell
looks
Is Us.
so good.
That was the other one that I was.
That's been getting around the internet.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was the other one. I couldn't remember, but yeah, Hell Is Us it had me. I was like, ooh.
You didn't watch that one, did you not? Almost. Ken, did you watch that one? Hell Is Us?
Hell is that? Archeage one, and that one looks really cool.
Okay. Just so you can have a fresh kind of reaction to it. I don't want to. Okay.
With the spirit fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going through the trailers that did play just on my other monitor. I have seen some of them just like in the aftermath,
Gotcha. Yeah.
but I have not seen the Hell Is Us one.
Very cool. That one.
Probably
is
because I don't like
so good.
scary.
It's more feels more like a psychological kind of, it messes with
Yeah.
your mind type thing, like
It looks like a
Control
psychological
or
horror.
Alan Wake, which I don't consider those horror. I consider those like more psychological.
I don't know.
thought it
Sometimes
was really good.
psychological can be a worse horror than the jump scares.
Oh yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It's called psychological horror. If that,
For a reason.
but that's just those are so sometimes those are worse because you're just anticipating the entire time that something is going to happen.
Like Silent Hill is more terrifying for me than any and all of the Resident Evils put together.
yeah, that one's brutal. But
Although
they've
I
oh, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
remember playing Resident Evil and always having some anxiety whenever I opened a damn door
Oh yeah,
or went
absolutely.
upstairs or something.
That checks.
Whenever I'm playing them and recording them, the same thing happens to me. Like I'll go to open a door and I'm like jumping, waiting for something to pop out. I've got the overactive imagination, so I'm waiting for a zombie every time I take the dogs out.
Wait, didn't they do that? I think in Resident Evil 2,
Me too.
because I think throughout the entire Resident Evil 1 game,
Mhm.
nothing actually happens when you open the doors.
Yeah, but
That's
in
what
Resident Evil
2
2
sure does.
There was one point
They
where
get
you
ya.
open the door, and before the animation's done, something comes through, and I was just like, "Holy crap! I'm done with this game. I don't want to play."
The
That's
liquor popping out of nowhere like
Oh.
sent me into like a week-long series of nightmares. and like looking back now, I'm just like, how did this scare me so badly? Because now it's super realistic graphics and everything, but
Mhm.
I'll tell you, when I played the remake, like my heart was just steady pumping. I was like, this is gonna be terrifying. This liquor is gonna come out of nowhere, and
Those liquors, dude. Gotta watch out
Yes.
for those guys.
yeah,
Oh
they're
yeah.
scary.
So what say we get into the trailers? And this is a special treat because we have someone who hasn't seen the trailer. So this is great. This is great. Thank you, kid. Thank you.
Thanks for not doing my homework.
No, it just makes it more makes it
Yeah,
better
this is-
entertainment.
This is one of those cases. This is one of those cases where you didn't do your homework the night before, and the teacher doesn't want to They're just like, we'll take it all up in class.
Well, I have it queued up. Bring it. Right on. All right, let's get there. Let's do this. All right.
Listen to me, burnt one. If you're intending to walk the midnight walk, you better be sure to keep your spark safe and burning.
While I was in the black, I had a dream.
That doesn't look good.
There was a
It
monster
falls
in the
like
woods.
And on you go, like a moth into the burning light.
Thank you.
Who took the sun away? Little soul, you charming little wanderer, where are you off to now?
And so it was that the burnt one and a small flame took a wander down the midnight walk.
I love this one so very much.
Hell yeah. Music, fire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mhm.
jamming the whole time.
The
At the
music is
beginning,
fantastic.
At the beginning when it was like, oh, burnt one, and he looks like a little pot, I was like, is this Elden Ring? What is going on? It's like a creepy little big planet.
Yes. Whoa. I
That
didn't
guy's
even...
Sackboy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Right on. So
I really like that they did it the claymation style. Like it's just awesome.
me too.
Yeah,
I
it
wish,
feels like
I
a Tim
wish I
my
could
Burton
favorite
do
movie.
part of it.
VR because this
Yeah.
game looks amazing.
It feels like a Tim Burton movie in a horror form and in a video game. Okay, this is neat.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Yeah. So the art style, the
Moving
music,
art.
the voice acting is incredible.
Yes.
Just incredible. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this one big time. And this doesn't even like fall under my style of play, the ones that I absolutely love. But this one, it just made such a big impression. And I'm in love with everything. If I don't play it, I will backseat game it, guaranteed. So if one of you guys want to,
What is the style of play? I guess it's just like adventure game.
I think
like
so.
it.
It's not necessarily platformer. Because all you do is run, it looks like, at least from the trailer.
Yeah,
Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
it
Oh,
looks more
nice.
story driven. Like
Mm-hmm. Look at him.
Oh,
Okay.
because
He's so
spoiler.
cute.
The reason I can pull it up so easily is because almost all of the games that were shown during the state of play are going to be on PC as well, including the VR games.
nice.
Awesome. Good.
Outside
That's
of
a smart move.
outside of 3 of these games,
What 3?
everything else is on PC.
Nice.
So this is classified as an adventure, atmospheric horror, dark fantasy. That doesn't really tell me what type of game it is.
Cool.
I can see like all
do
of
you
that.
punch things or do you walk around? Like that's what we need.
Well, they don't really put that in the description too much,
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
like punch game or
So we don't get
Run
the
to-
style of play that we are going to be.
But there's still
No,
time. Was there a release date on this? They could probably
No.
do more trailers. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
not
forward to
on
that.
Steam anyway.
Let's see. Hopefully.
And
let's see.
it's like more creepy than scary because of the
Yes.
art style.
Yes.
Yes.
Which
So-
I think is playing into its strength because it's such a unique look.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a game that's heavy on atmosphere
Yes.
between music and graphics. Yeah,
So it doesn't look
And-
like
and
it has a release date.
Well-
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. As far as like music,
Music
graphics,
makes
and
things for me.
storytelling through the voice acting, yeah, this is going to be a lot about atmosphere.
I love the start of
Right.
that Louisiana kind of feel when he was
Mhm.
when he was talking. You know,
Yes, you're right.
it reminds me a lot of Xbox's what is it? What's this? Oh God, what was the name of it?
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight. Thank you.
Mm.
It reminds me a lot of that.
That's what I thought it was at first.
Right when he was using that Louisiana drawl. Oh my god, that's one of my favorite accents. I can't help
Okay,
it.
it says that it is coming obviously to PC, yes,
Mhm,
but to PS5 and PSVR.
I thought that was a
looks
smart
like-
move too.
So yeah, I'll definitely be able to check this one out.
Mhm.
It doesn't give a release date; it just says next year.
Gotcha. Okay. Right on. Right
This
on.
would be
more than what's
scary
new.
on
It says
VR.
spring of 2025.
Yeah, but I think horror games would work really well with VR.
Oh heck yeah.
They
Yeah.
do, especially when your brother's playing Resident Evil 7 and the scary parts come in and you know it's about to come and you grab his ankle when it happens.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
hilarious.
He just starts shaking the chair
Eerie.
that he's sitting in and doing a little.
No, because
That's
he was
like-
standing up, so we were just like, "Rah."
You're just providing a fully immersive experience.
It's 4D instead of just
Oh
3D.
yeah.
Right on. All right.
That's
So this next one is one of the ones that I was looking at and couldn't kind of figure out what kind of game it was. The adventure is there. Like it felt like a kind of a Souls-like element was there too. And it looks like it's it got Nas's attention here. Hey.
I'm trying to figure out because I have a list. Took notes of the entire state of play, and I've got all the games in front of me, and I'm trying to think which one I think you're talking about, and I think I know what it is.
Well, let's
I think
what do
Say
you
it.
think it is? Yeah.
I think it's Dynasty Warriors.
No.
Oh damn!
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. You know, it's not Jeopardy. We're not gonna take any points away.
Well, who
Okay,
is
good.
who is Donkey Kang? Remember?
Donkey
Yankee
Kang?
Kang.
Thank you,
Oh
Kang.
god.
I do like that though. That should have been his name, Danky Kang. But let's get into this next one. Oh great. Here we go. See if Nas, I want to see if this is the one you were thinking about.
So, how did it feel?
Oh, this is the one I've seen.
About the night sky tragedy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
this looks
Oh.
dope.
Long ago, you humans slaughtered each other until the whole world
Archeage, I
lay
think.
in ruins. And yet, you have been granted another chance in Auroria. It must be the will of your beloved mother goddess. However, I still have no trust in your kind.
Very like Sekiro in its speed.
Prove yourself. If you survive this trial, perhaps you might become one of us.
Absolutely crazy.
Hmm.
Coming 2025. Looking forward to that one. So, oh geez, super loud. in my
This is
Again.
ear. Again.
This is an MMO.
Okay. Oh yeah. So
What?
see the other players
Mhm.
running around. You know what I mean? That I saw that too. Going through.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interest peaked.
Really? Oh, okay.
I've never really I haven't played an MMO since like Phantasy Star on Xbox 360 in like 2007. And I've always like wanted to play another one, but life's busy and hard.
Mhm.
But this looks cool. Like
Mhm.
artistically, world-wise, and I was thinking like, "Oh, if this is like a Souls game, I'm bad at video games. I can't play this. I'm just going to die." But if I have friends, I've got a shot.
Yes.
If you've
Which
got
is something
friends,
I've
you let
come to
them die
realize,
first.
because
Yeah,
I don't
this
usually
changes the
play
name of the
online.
game.
Mhm.
Lately, I have been, and I'm like, wow, this is so much easier with people.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
It looks really freaking good.
It really does.
It
I kind of
does,
wonder
yeah.
if those like when they're all like kind of like ethereal, like are they like spirits that you're fighting or?
Yeah, I would assume he can command spirits of his fallen comrades or
Yeah.
something like that.
Looks pretty cool. That
Yeah.
right there with those like zombie looking things. And you had me at dragon. I love dragons.
Hmm.
I wonder what the story's gonna be because I'm getting nothing from this trailer, like
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. But
Well,
looks good.
let's read a little bit. Explore Auroria, a vast and vibrant world brimming with rich lore and thrilling action. Archeage Chronicles delivers an immersive experience that will capture players' hearts, whether they are new. Oh, that doesn't really tell us anything about the story.
Halfway
oh,
down, it's
in the
like,
eight-
oh crap.
Yeah, it's the Age of Pioneers, a legend long forgotten has been rediscovered. Now, many hopeful pioneers are headed to the distant land to make a name for themselves. As an experienced explorer, you will be taking your first steps into Auroria as a member of the established trading company. As you embark on this new adventure, you will explore ancient ruins, investigate a catastrophic airship crash, okay, and become
Steampunk.
embroiled in the web of intrigue surrounded by the mysterious and tragic event. Along the way, you'll meet many characters, yada, 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 yada. Okay. I mean, it's...
Okay.
I don't. Do people play MMOs for the story? I don't know because I the last MMO I played was probably World of Warcraft. And it was a long time ago.
Right on. I do.
And I don't
do
really
like a
recall
story.
playing it for the story. I played it because I had something to do with other people, and then they stopped playing, so I stopped playing.
Gotcha. So it's based
I
on
like
the community.
a good mix of both.
Hmm.
I want to know a story too.
Right on. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if this is an MMO, it's like that's not really my jam, but it looks so cool.
We
Mhm.
could
So
all
good.
do it together. We could be like the casual consumer guild.
That is true. Oh my gosh, yes.
We'd never
That's
be
awesome.
online at the same time, Ken.
That's
I need
true.
you to think less, Nos. Think less. All right.
Speak for yourself. I never sleep. Shush.
Think about the sentiment. That was cute. That made everyone happy. All right.
It was perfect and nos.
But I don't want people
It's
to
such
be
a
happy.
nos thing to do.
So Nos.
So nice.
So nos.
So
Um,
buddy.
Just
I will
poke. I walk around with pins all day. It's just all day, just like poking holes in people's balloons. That's what I
Hey,
do.
no.
I will say, if I can briefly tangent,
Yes.
I rarely experience media in general, books, TV shows, all that stuff in like these deep fantasy worlds. Like the traditional Western kind of like dragons and knights fantasy. I had my first real taste of it with Final Fantasy 16. I have not seen Game of Thrones. We were talking about that
Very
before we
cool.
went live. All this stuff. I'm currently playing the demo for Metaphor Re Fantasio, which it's Persona basically and SMT. But it's also in like this deep fantasy world with kings and princes and clans and different nations. And then I see this game, which is interesting me. But I'm kind of finding the traditional, I guess, that Western fantasy world like almost so complex that it is a turnoff. Like, I feel like in everyone I've walked into, it's like, here's all this lore. And it's like, can we just relax a little? You know, in your experiences, the panel, how do you guys, I know we were saying we were Game of Thrones fans here and all that stuff. Do you guys, maybe you're just smarter than me?
Well,
Like,
hang on.
I don't know.
Is it? I just want to ask just a little bit of clarification here. Is it
Yeah.
that there is that much lore, or is it how it's delivered to you, where it's just like
It could be the delivery.
here's a bunch of lore all at once?
Yeah. I
think it's
sometimes feel it can be
probably both.
overly complex. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, people love this genre. Let's try and spin up something new and crazy. And as someone new to the genre, who I guess could just take the boilerplate version, I feel like there's like, if a Ray Fantasio I just started playing, it came with a glossary.
Oh wow.
In the first 20 minutes, they give you a glossary, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, Final Fantasy 16 gave me a dictionary, and during any cutscene, I could click a button and point to someone, and it would tell me how they're related to who and why. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've got to like study, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel-
you have
like
to do
I feel like-
homework before you play this game.
That's
I feel
hilarious.
like to me it's like a lot of chaos. It's a lot at once. me being super ADHD, sometimes I can handle that. Other times I'm just like, ah, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah.
so I agree with you. Like it can get chaotic when I even if I'm reading a story and I open it up and there's like, this is what this is what this is, I get kind of turned off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't wanna, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I like.
So I agree with
sorry.
you on that. I think
Is that
they try to like throw everything in that's ever been there and then add their own spin on it.
is that usual for the genre, I guess is the question, because maybe I'm just not into it, or maybe it's just I'm picking the ones that scare me.
I gotta say, it probably is, just because
Yeah.
all the scheming, the backroom deals that go on. This
Yeah.
king has to marry, this princess from this other family, and then the lineage, and they want to do it. It's a lot. It gets to be a lot after a while.
I think
Mhm.
most of them do kind of give like this lore and stuff like that
Mhm.
because they're trying to establish that it's like everything that's come before, but this is our part of it,
Yeah.
Kind of like you're taking a medieval history course
Mhm.
every
Yeah.
time
Yeah,
you
yeah.
play the game.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that most of them that we come across has something like that, whether it's explained in the game or you get like the dictionary or the glossary or
Mhm.
something like you were
Yeah.
mentioning.
There are
Um,
ways
Which
to
is
do
fine,
it, though.
but I guess
Yeah.
it just seems
To-
overwhelming as a new user.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that has to do with the pacing of the writing as well. There are ways of doing it. Like I'm the example that I'm thinking of is like the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah.
Where like Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Daggerfall, all those,
Mhm.
where there's a lot of lore available to you, but you're not forced to read it. You can play the game with, as you said, Ken, just sort of the boilerplate understanding of what's going on,
Mhm.
a rough idea of what's going on in the world, and a clear idea of what your role in it is, or you flesh it out however you play it. But there's tons of books and side quests that can fill in all of those gaps if you want to. If
Right.
you want that lore, it's optional. It's not required to play the game. But if you want a deeper understanding of the world that you're operating in, it's there.
Mm.
And I think that's
Mhm.
a really good way of doing it. You're also rewarding people in some ways for exploring those elements of lore. Because
Mhm.
Skyrim, for example, I didn't know this. I've played that game I've put so many hours into that game. But I was talking with a friend of mine at work who I didn't realize was a gamer until we started talking about Skyrim, for example. And
Hilarious.
he's like, Did you ever find the Ethereum crown? And I'm like, the hell are you talking about? It's like there is a book in Skyrim called Ethereum Wars. And as you're playing, just a little side note, if for anybody that hasn't played Skyrim, a lot of books in the game, if they have like a value of like 40 gold or higher, when you read them, you get a skill point.
nice.
But this book is like 15 gold, so you mostly just ignore it, right? But when you read it, you get a quest, and it's not just a single quest, it's an entire quest line that gives you a very rare item. You have to go through a series of quests and fight an extremely difficult boss battle at the very end,
Mhm.
and then you're rewarded with a unique one-of-a-kind item in the game and also in the lore. You're using this finite resource to make yourself an item that empowers you going forward. You can completely miss it. And I did so many times playing that game until this guy told me about it. So it's a reward for going into that depth and reading these books. He did, I didn't.
Right. I
So-
did
I'll tell
play
you what,
every
man.
side quest in Final Fantasy 16 because my
Mhm.
brand. I was like, I'm playing every part of this game injected into my veins. And it did help. I guess in that regard, it helped more with like character relationships and growth in that way. Not necessarily the lore, but that's only one example. But I understand where you're coming from there. And Skyrim seems so cool. The music's awesome.
Yeah.
Skyrim
Yeah.
has
Oh,
great
Expansive.
music.
Gosh, it's
Yeah.
huge.
See, Ken, I just love you because I love music. I'm a music person too. I don't play music, but I mean, music helps me with, connecting to things, I guess.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So I always I'll be like, ooh, that sounds great. I'm gonna listen to it. It could be crap lyrics, but the beat is so great that I'm just
Yeah.
I don't even know the words to this.
That's
but I'm
K-pop
loving
all day. It's like you can't understand what they're saying, but the music's awesome.
it. There you go.
It's great.
One thing I liked, I don't know if any of you played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. but
No.
it's like steeped in its own like lore and stuff like that, based on real life stuff. But if you go through, there's actually they had quests within the game that actually led you to a cathedral in real life. And when you got there, they had up a QR code, and it would bring up all the
cool.
stuff. Yeah, and so like the whole group of players would get together, and like the people that were in Europe and could do it were sharing with everybody else what was going on. And then there were other parts to the quest where you actually had to use like a Caesar, like the Caesar code, like the cryptography that they used back then, and use the Roman alphabet to like unlock this stuff in the game. And to me, it was just like kind of above and beyond and kind of cool. But then I got to learn about not just something in the game, but actual history too.
Right.
So I liked that, but it was just like totally optional, or you didn't have to do it at all, or you could just be like, hey, what is this, guys? And they would tell you, and then you could just go
Yeah.
through that part of the game.
Making that optional is
speaking of-
nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of lore, I mean, Assassin's Creed 2,
Mhm.
or I don't really remember Assassin's Creed 1 all that much. It was kind of I'm sorry, everybody. I thought Assassin's Creed 1 was a little boring. It was extremely repetitive.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed 2, those 3 games, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, I want to say, those had a way of expositing lore.
Yeah.
That was part of the game, and it felt very organic, and you wanted to keep going because every single little bit of lore that they gave you was like, it was taking historical events, like real historical events, and reframing them in the whole Templar assassin world, which was really neat. And speaking of music, the soundtrack for those games was amazing.
Yeah.
Jesper Kidd and Brian Tyler were the composers, and I used to listen to those soundtracks. They're so good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good blood moving music, man.
Yep.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I love this.
And I do know that you can get into those fantasy, like World of Warcraft. I'd never be able to get into that. I'd be like, what is what? You know?
Final Fantasy 14, like everyone's like, you got, because they know me, they're like, you gotta do it. And I was like, I need to like hold a job.
Yeah.
I'm scared I'd like the game too much,
Yeah.
especially because I know all that lore going in. Like I know all the foundational stuff. Nah, dog. Like I need to pay rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get,
And
I
a
get
mortgage
into games.
soon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll get into games and
You
I'll
got
get,
this. You got it.
honey, it's 4. You still haven't been to sleep yet. And I'm like, oh yeah, huh? Like, whoops.
Whoopsies.
So that's why I stay away from certain games. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Sleep is for losers. There's games to be played. Come on.
it's totally true.
Feel that sometimes.
Yeah, same. Yeah. That's how I feel about Black Myth. I want to get into it, but 14.
I want it.
It's pretty
I do
darn
too.
good. And
Didn't
it's
get
not,
it yet. I want to watch my husband play it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play this game,
Perfect,
but I
perfect,
need
perfect.
to buy it and be like, go do
Yes.
the lore
Yes.
is nuts. And the
it. Yeah.
the monsters in it are horrifying in some senses, but just so interesting. Like how would anybody think like this is a god, or the hierarchy of gods and things like that? It's like the one that
You talking
comes
like
by-
design wise?
Yeah, right. Like the big-headed stone guy. Like, who thought of that? And was like, oh, yeah, it's obviously a god. And it's like, what? That makes no sense.
Sometimes
It's cool
you see
too,
some of
'cause
these
it's based-
games in the.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Go Nos.
Okay. Sometimes you see the way that these games, the character designs are, and I'm like, I want to wonder like how many drugs were involved in making that. Like, how did you get to this point?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, what was the recipe?
Right
It's
on.
called imagination, Nos, man.
Imagination.
And that kind of goes into what I was going to say. The cool thing about Black Myth is that it's based on a mythology we don't usually see in video games.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah, that probably is a god, and we just
Yeah.
don't know about it. So it's like an introduction to a completely different mythological culture, which is sick.
Which I absolutely love.
Coming from someone who hasn't played the game,
Yeah.
but that's
Well,
why I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mythology seems so interesting. It's so interesting. With that, shall we get into this next trailer?
Yeah, sorry, tangent over. I started that. That was my fault.
All good.
It was
I needed
fun.
my friends. I
Yes,
needed to hear from my friends.
we got you, girl.
I hope we answered your question in some form or another.
Yeah, the answer is that is expected, and you guys are used to it, and I'm not. I think
Okay.
to
on.
just the Spark Notes version of the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out
I'll be
Vinland
honest with you,
Saga.
though.
That might help a little bit.
I
With-
love Vinland Saga.
Oh, right on. Okay, never mind then.
I'll be honest. Sometimes it's too much for me, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll see it and I'll be like it'll like a game will open and I'll see like a glossary or a history or something like that. And I'm like,
Like,
I have to learn. Yeah.
I just named my character, and it's like terms. I'm like, no. Stop.
Yep.
That's great.
Give
All
it,
right.
I mean, yeah, if you're dumping all of that right off the hop, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But give me the information as I need to know it.
Mhm.
Don't just like
Like
give me all the
bite-sized
stuff off the
peop-
hop. I'm going to
Sprinkled
forget.
without.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Sprinkled
as
throughout.
it comes up in
Throughout.
line with
Throughout,
the
yeah.
game,
So, my bad.
because otherwise I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen.
Yeah. All right. Before anyone talks, I'm just gonna do this.
Like, roll the clip.
I don't remember when it happened, but I remember how I felt. Father told us to hide when they came to our house. Then they took him away.
Yes.
Mother said I couldn't play outside anymore. Everyone had fled. She said the country was sick, but we would be okay.
Cool flag.
Yeah.
Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong. They live inside our heads.
The drone is cool.
Yeah.
Oop. Awesome story.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I need a replicate.
Just trying to understand like the different tech levels here, because because at first I was watching this and I was like, oh, he's got a sword. But wait a minute, there's drones, there's guns, there's tanks. What the hell's going
I
on?
know the drone threw me off like big time.
It,
Yeah.
It's kind of
Same.
like you wonder if it's like this real world that meshes with like kind of like a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a dystopia,
Like
kind
Yeah.
of like
post-apocalypse?
call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic.
But that girl like saying all that stuff in the beginning, like I was just like this. Oh my gosh! Like it drew me in.
Yeah.
It's like listening to Nas read a cereal box.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, I am. My voice is just great.
He's the
Yes.
Canadian.
I'm just going to start
James
steering
Earl
into it.
Jones.
If you guys are going to keep doing that.
Mhm.
That's right. You're the Canadian James Earl Jones to me.
Oh, please. I can't.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
See, it doesn't feel so great, does it, Nas?
Stop.
I'm blushing for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
like,
I
James Earl.
appreciate that.
anyway,
know.
game looks cool.
Yeah.
Game
Yeah,
will
I-
not be entering my household. This game will not cross the threshold into my home. However,
Is it because it's
cool I
scary,
am.
or is it because you would spend too much time on it?
Because it is scary.
Mm.
Yes. Okay.
Those white things. See you next week. That's a
Yep,
big
right. They terrified me. It's okay, Ken. If I play it, I'll be like, okay, this episode is safe for you to watch.
Thanks.
This
DM me.
episode
Slide
is
into those
not.
DMs. Yeah.
I want to know what the story is with
Me
those
too.
creatures.
Me too. That's my gosh. But the thing is, it's like to me, this isn't the like super scary. It's like whenever you're going through like Control. I know I use that example, but and you have those agents in the bureau, and they're all phasing, and they look like they're walking estatic and all that good stuff, and it freaks you out, but it wasn't like super scary. Zombies are scary to me,
to me, like the psychological stuff that gets my imagination going, because I have an overactive imagination as it is. That's what messes me up the most. And even in regular standard zombie horror games like Resident Evil, which you guys know I love, my imagination will just get to going, and then you add in my anxiety. It's just...
Gigi, can I ask you something?
No.
Because you mentioned an overactive imagination.
Yes, you can, absolutely.
I'm going to anyway, so just deal with it. Do you ever have this problem though, where your overactive imagination kind of gives the game or whatever you're watching more credit than it deserves, and then you're kind of disappointed because what you imagined was way bigger than what you actually saw? How do you deal with that?
Well, it's kind of like I have to go into everything. I had to train myself basically to be like, hey, this is what I think it might be, but I'm going to go into it with an open mind. Kind of like how movie adaptations of books. Like, I have to go into it knowing this is based on this book. It is not going to be this book. Or a remake. I have to go into it like, this is the first time I'm seeing this movie. That other stuff doesn't exist. And
so you're preparing yourself ahead of time.
Yeah. So I had to learn how to do that, but there's other times that I'm just like, I don't do it. And then I'm just like, I've built this game up so much. I've talked such greatness. And then another person will play it and be like, dude, that game sucked. Why did you tell me to do that? And I'll be like, well, because my brain just put all this stuff in there and made it awesome.
Or just different strokes for different folks sometimes,
So, but I just had to get in the habit of preparing myself, like with my self-talk, and be like, hey, this is a clean slate. This is how I have to look at it. And sometimes I do get disappointed. Like, I can't remember what game that was. There's a game that came out last year. Oh, Forspoken.
Oh.
Yeah. And so like I had all these existing notions of what it was going to be and how awesome it was going to be, and then I got in there and I was like,
so then I guess at that point you have to decide whether or not your expectations were realistic in judging the game. Like, did the game want you to have these expectations, and then you did, and then the game didn't meet it, or were you expecting too much? Yeah.
So I think for me with that game, it was a little bit of both. And the whole thing is, some people really loved it, and other people were like, "This is garbage." So I guess it just kind of depends on how you view it, your preferences and stuff. But,
okay.
I do have to say, the dialogue that they came out with showing the trailer, that would get annoying really, really fast. I other than that, I thought it looked good. I thought the gameplay looked fun, but there's absolutely no way Vaughn is swimming around and she's got this cringe-worthy, like,
modern dialogue style.
Like some of the cringiest dialogue I've ever heard. Yeah, there's no way.
Because she's like from modern day New York.
But I mean, there's modern, and then there's like always online kind of verbiage.
Leaning into it too hard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
but it does kind of feel like they were trying too hard.
Yeah.
What's the story? I know nothing about that game. Is the story that she goes back in time or something? Like she's.
It's basically I believe she was a foster kid and always in trouble with the law and everything like that. And somehow her and her cat basically like they're chilling and get sucked into this alternate universe.
Yeah, gotcha.
And she has, sorry, my dog is outside my gate talking. Anyway,
Mom, please.
Just let me in there. But she gets this like bracelet thing that kind of wraps around her, and it talks to her and helps her and trains her. But she basically goes into this world that is like full of magic that she has to. I think it's goddesses that she ends up going up against.
Very cool. See, I like that.
So I mean, the concept of it was really awesome.
Mhm.
The mechanics of the gameplay, I was just like, I spent like 30 minutes trying to get this one jump to this one section that should have been easy,
Mhm.
and it was ridiculously hard because you have to place yourself like just right or do this or do that, and then like sometimes it was confusing to figure out like what enemies you were supposed to be going to or which way you were supposed to go.
Gotcha.
And then it was just a lot.
Yeah.
And then the storyline of it and her talking to this bracelet where it could have been much cooler than it actually was in execution,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, it's her going from our world into this other world that nobody knew existed, but she's basically integral to saving it.
Gotcha. Okay, so did you finish the game?
I did not.
Okay, because one of the questions I want to ask is like, I feel like it would turn out that she is like of royal blood, and that
See, yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would think so too. Like
Yeah.
there's no way you don't have ties.
Right.
Like you're just not some rando human that gets sucked into a portal and you suddenly gain this destiny because you tripped into a portal. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like there's got to be
Yeah.
something.
It's like, this
and at
isn't
some
Mario.
Point, I actually, yeah. Right? At some point, I might go back and check it out, but my
Mhm.
goal right now is to get the new Legend of Zelda.
Very cool.
First time you can ever
Mhm.
play as
Mhm.
Zelda, and it looks a lot like Link's Awakening, and it
Mhm.
looks adorable.
Adorable.
And so
Complex.
that and Astrobot and everything else. I've got
Yeah.
a lot of recordings for Resident Evil that I have to
Yeah.
edit and upload because things have been crazy the last 6 months.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
know, my goals for games right now are not ones that are already out and
Mhm.
stuff like that. It's some other stuff. So I want to.
Looking towards the future,
Yeah.
Yes. And before we
above and
get into
beyond.
before we get into the next trailer, just want to let everyone know watching, Nas, he has a Twitch schedule. He handles retro games. If you go ahead and check him out. Ken, she's working on Pokemon right now on Twitch, and it's a lot of fun. It's hilarious. These guys just know how to talk to
as
themselves
someone-
while they play. It's great.
Yes. As someone that has never really been into like watching live and
Mhm.
stuff like that, I can tell you that
Mhm.
Ken and Nos are my favorite.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because they're so engaging.
Mhm.
And whether
Aw.
they're talking to chat or whether they're just like talking about the game and kind of like entertaining themselves, they just they make it look easy. Like I don't think I could stream and be like that because I'd be like this the whole time.
Exactly. Yes. Right.
You
That's
know what I
me.
mean? Yeah. And they're just like,
Thank you.
we're effortless.
Yeah.
We're fabulous. You know, like it's just like I get drawn into their streams. And like
Aw.
even if I'm in the middle of something, I will lurk and watch them. As Nos learned on Monday as I was doing 3 different things at the same
That's
time.
hilarious. That's dope.
But I'm not saying this because I'm on panel with them or anything like that, but I absolutely recommend going to their Twitches and watching their stuff. You will not be disappointed,
Right on.
and you guys will be hooked, and that is all I can say. And then you can watch Fox's live streams because sometimes his little cutie pie kids come and sit on his lap while he's playing,
Yes, they
and
do
it
that.
is adorable.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
it.
Oh, thank
So-
you, Gigi. But also
thank
with
you,
Gigi,
guys.
if you need any Resident Evil help, obviously she's got some in the tank right now, but she also has some that are on her page right now. If you need any help with that, it's a lot of fun to watch, and it's very helpful. Like whenever you went through the door, you had a rocket launcher, and you blew it up right beside you. I was like, what is she doing? But yeah,
Sometimes you have to see.
Sometimes I know something is going to be there and pop out, so I
Gotcha.
just rocket launch because
Yes.
It happens.
I went through all of these games and I never used the rocket launcher, right?
Oh,
And so
right.
when I did Claire's second run in Resident Evil 2, I was just like, this thing is going to be with me the entire time. Like, I am just going to like set it off in a hallway so that I would be blown away in real life, but in this, it just blows up to people in front of me.
Exactly.
And I'm fine.
Yeah.
With no scratches,
You know what?
no
Sometimes, like,
singes.
as somebody that plays a lot of different types of games, sometimes you have to see what a game is going to let you get away with.
Yes.
Oh
right?
yeah.
What
yeah.
it'll let you do.
True.
What are the rules of the game?
Oh, yeah,
that
we
the
all
game
did
doesn't
that.
tell you off the hop, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Off the hop. I love that.
I love it. It's fun. But yeah, I was like, you know, this might not help everybody because they're not going through with a rocket launcher, but I'm going to have fun with this because I also just played this whole game and now I have to play it all over again.
Oh,
So I
man.
want to be a little quicker about it.
You
too.
got to love a game in franchise to do that. It's like
Yeah.
some of these, some of them, Metal Gear, I played through multiple times, but a lot of them are just one and done for me. So
Yeah.
you gotta absolutely love what you do if you're playing
Yeah.
it. So
Well, I've
Sometimes
played it
that-
multiple times anyway, and I love it. And it's so funny because just like Nas, like I don't review it until I'm editing it, but I'll be editing it and I'll already be like hours later. And I'll be like, man, I missed that. Look at that. Right. That was right there. And I'll be like so
Oh,
mad.
God.
'Cause I'll be like, I missed that, you know. But when I go through my second playthrough, you know, for fun, I'm just like, there it is. I got it.
That's the worst thing when you see something in editing that you didn't see at the time. It's like, oh, I missed a sub tank. It was right there. I didn't see it at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Bad.
Fingerprint
I
is a real thing.
Yeah, so I try to put notes. Like if you ever watch my channel,
Yes.
like I'll have like
Yep.
little notes on the top, and I'll be like, I missed it this time, but this is where it is, or whatever. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So hopefully it helps people.
right on. Well, with all that being said, all the gushing out of the way, let's get into our next trailer. 1, 2, 3.
This is gonna be a long episode, folks.
Few know the truth. I stood with Cain and my brethren until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony.
The fate of this world was preordained in an instant.
Oh.
What madness is this?
Am I so changed?
I was not prepared for what lay beyond this threshold.
The future has always been written.
Don't fight it, Raziel.
I do tell you, folks, that one hits home. Okay, I've never played a Soul Reaver game all the way through, but when they used to give, what do you call those?
The demos.
Thank you so much. The demos at the end of the magazines. This was one of them.
Yes.
I didn't get to play it through, but I absolutely am ready for this. I'm ready for this to come out.
It looks like they did a great job with the remaster.
Yes.
It's like you get that whole aesthetic that you had in the beginning, but it's definitely like graphically better, hopefully mechanically a little bit better because we've come so far since then.
Yeah.
But I was looking at this and it kind of reminds me, I don't know if you guys have ever played Darksiders.
No.
I want to say a backseat game, a buddy of mine, the first one, Wrath.
It's a great series. It's kind of like, you know, you've got the Four Horsemen, and this one kind of went off on his own and did this, so he's in this kind of like punishment phase and trying to like redeem himself type of thing. And that's what this looks like. It's just kind of like he chose and he did this, and so he's being punished for it, and had his wings ripped off and stuff like that. And you know, I'm interested to play it because I didn't get to play it before, but when I was watching the preview during State of Play, I was like,
Same.
Yeah, I kind of want to play these. I missed these completely. And if the soundtrack, oh man, like what was it? The flower duet, the flowers duet. The oh shoot, it's a classical duet. I think it's called by Lakme, the flowers duet. It sounds like that in the trailer. Look it up and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Sorry, but
Google
it's yes, Google it. But it just sounds so cool, and this gameplay looks really neat too.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I don't know how old this game is, but I don't care. I can't remember who it was that said it, but like
I want to say it's
game
PS1
mechanics never really
era.
go out of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I
shit,
just,
that's-
I really
since
want
2000.
to play this. I can't wait for it. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is my first time seeing this franchise. I've never heard of this game series before.
Right on.
Very cool character designs. That guy without the jaw,
Yeah.
I'm about it. He's sick.
yeah, because
I
they
love
they
it.
like
The Dark
ripped,
Hero.
from what I understand, like they kind of like ripped his jaw out and like ripped his wings off. So if you look in some of the gameplay, you can actually see his torn, like
Mhm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
decrepit wings, and it's kind of cool. And it looks like with that part with the blue, and you see the wing outline, it looks kind of like they're being restored. So
Yeah.
I'm interested.
1999.
Oh, see, there was flexing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my junior year of high school. I'm that old.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah,
That's
see,
not
because
that
he's got
bad.
no. Oh, hush. You're still younger than me.
Yeah, this is true.
I was 6.
We're-
Thanks, darling.
That's why I missed the game, though. That's why I missed it. It was rated T. I was
Yeah.
6. See, it all makes sense now.
It's okay. I get weird looks all the time because I'll be like, yeah, my oldest is like 26, 27, and people are just kind of looking at me like,
Mhm.
Let's see.
sure they are, and I'm like, no, really, I'm old. Like,
In '99, I was younger. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
That's how you get away
Good.
with it.
Time is passing properly. You were younger in 1999. We nailed it.
We
Yeah.
don't need specifics. Come on.
so was Ken.
I think I was 11. I was 11 in 99.
As long as everybody on this panel was alive in '99, I don't
Mhm.
feel ancient.
There you go. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
All
nailed
right.
it. Nailed it.
Fair enough.
All right. So this is probably the biggest announcement of the state of play. You probably know exactly which one it is. So let's get to it.
Does it have to do with Legos? Because I like the Lego one too.
Absolutely not. No, ma'am. No. I'm sorry.
Got 'em.
Absolutely not. Go to your corner. Here it is.
Oh yeah, this one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north to disappear. But you are hunting. And now, every Ronin here is after you. Still think you're the hunter?
That was the best way to say obviously without saying it.
Now it's a western.
The Japanese Western.
A lot of Western movies were based off of like samurai stories.
Yeah, Kurosawa. Oh. Oh, cool.
Guns. Get guns now.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
Guns.
It's that black powder gun. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, this
Ooh,
takes
that
place
was
what?
sick.
Apparently, like
It really was.
Mhm.
a few hundred years after Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep. It's supposed to be 300, and now you are Atsu, who's taken up the mantle of the ghost. And I gotta say, man, I kind of like where this is going. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it's okay. So in my dream of dreams, Jin went and recruited people and created his own ghost kind of what do you call it?
Enclave?
Yes. And so that's continuing on, and we're just seeing the remnants of it, you know, and Atsu is part of it. That's where I would want it to go, but I'm also not a writer, so they could probably do a much better job. But anyway, yeah.
I wonder if these are just going to be like, it's going to be like just a series of independent, disconnected stories.
Oh yeah,
If that's it. Kind of like Final Fantasy in a way, where every
Oh,
single
like the
game is its
franchise
own
as a whole.
self-contained. Yeah,
Gotcha.
if that's it.
maybe. That'd be interesting. I'd like to see what they can do with that. I wouldn't be opposed to it for sure. I do.
Should probably. Yeah.
A lot of people are, you know, it's about 50-50. People are great. They're happy to see Ghost back in another one, but they're sad to see Jin Sakai not being the protagonist. So it's kind of a mixed bag right now, but as long as it's a good
Yeah, but
story,
if
I'm
they-
in.
Yeah, if they do it right, it's like the legacy
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
being portrayed in this person, and it's like, you know,
Gosh, that's
this
beautiful.
is this is how it goes,
Mhm.
like down the line as time progresses. So if they do it right, like I think people will overlook that and they'll be like, oh man, this was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Two
it's
swords
giving the
and a
game those
shamisen?
chances.
Shama
Two
who?
swords and a shamisen. I'm in.
Oh, Shamisen. Oh, is that the guitar she's
Yeah.
carrying on her
That's
back?
shamisen is the guitar.
That's amazing.
I'm about that.
Yeah.
Ken's
That's
like,
why
I'm
I liked
all over it.
what's that Kobu? Was it Koba, wasn't it?
I'm loving this wolf.
The claymation movie?
Kubo and the two
Kubo.
strings.
Yes.
I saw
Loved
that
it.
twice in theaters.
That's
That is
great.
a phenomenal movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then it covers the Japanese lore pretty well, I think. And then how they made the gods not so out of reach. They still felt really human, but still had like a kind of a big power that you can't reach, you know? I thought that was kind of cool too. But Kubo? Kubo, yes?
Kubo.
Okay. But yeah, no, he was able to, you know, reach those heights because he was, you know, part of that world, which I thought was really, really cool. Anyway, enough of that. What do we think about the game, Nas?
I have to play Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh no.
That's
Oh no.
Same.
Oh no.
but I don't know.
Fox is like, you have crushed me.
I haven't played it. I haven't had an opportunity to play it. There's so many other games to play it. Whenever a game, so I have this habit. Whenever something gets like just a huge amount of hype, I stand back and I wait. I wait until the hype cycle. That's what I call it. I call it the hype cycle. I wait until it dies down, because that's where the largest concentration of BS lives. Because you don't know what it is. You don't know how much of it is just marketing push from the developer, the publisher, and all that stuff, and how much of it is just. I'll wait until it's all died down, and then I'll see what people actually think. So I'm confident, though,
fair.
just based on how people have talked about Ghost of Tsushima long after it's come out, that it is a very good game.
Oh yeah.
So I will play it at some point going forward. This one, Well, first of all, I got to get through the first one, so that'll give me enough time to wait until the hype cycle for this one dies down.
Mhm.
But
True.
I don't know. I don't
Stream
know
it.
what to say about it. I don't know what to think about it yet.
Stream
I'm
it.
not going to get. What's that?
Stream it, because it's like one of those games where people are jealous of you that you get to experience it for the first time. Stream that. Stream it. It's gonna be
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like I don't play, especially with AAA. I don't play brand new games. No way, no
Mhm.
way. There's too much potential disappointment there. And I don't want that. I don't play games to get disappointed.
Yeah.
I'll wait until it's matured enough,
Mm-hmm.
until I know it's like, okay, this is not going to disappoint, but I just have to find out how I experience it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll play it.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay.
I don't always
very,
get
very
the-
patient with these kinds of games.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't always get big titles right away either for that very reason.
Mhm.
I actually didn't play Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out in 2017, I believe. I didn't play that until like, I think 2022.
Yeah,
Right on.
same here.
Okay.
I didn't play it until much later.
Yeah.
I mean, I fell in love
And
with it. It
save
was
money.
awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
save a lot of money.
Yes.
Get
I
on
got that.
discount.
I got that puppy for $10
Well,
Dope.
Hold
with the
on, Ken.
DLC included.
Dang.
There you go.
Maybe you'll save money, but now
Yeah.
they've doubled the price of Horizon Zero Dawn for anybody that doesn't already own the game.
It's
true.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta pay
unless
that failure
you're
tax.
playing a Nintendo game, the price usually goes down. So,
yeah, that's
right
true.
on. Right on. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get into. Oh, that was the last one. That was the last trailer.
Yeah, good selection.
Well,
There was one thing you didn't show that I was kind of interested in, which was the one
Lunar.
that I thought you were going to show, which was Dynasty Warriors
Oh.
Origins.
so a buddy of mine. Give me one quick second. Sorry.
Welcome back.
But a buddy of
Hello.
mine, he's a big Dynasty Warriors fan. I watched him play, and I just got so disinterested so fast. So I've never been a fan of the not the genre, but the franchise. Sorry, I let you down, Nas.
It reminds me. It reminds me
That's
of
a
like the
disappointment.
Yakuza style games.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, it
Oh,
reminds me of the
and what was that,
Yakuza games,
Shenmue?
and even the main character looks like Kiryu.
Right on.
Was there a
Did
delay?
you ever get a chance to play Shenmue?
Yes.
Maybe. Did I do that? Oh, dang it.
I think
Yeah.
there was a
Yes.
delay.
It's like you turning off the fan, and that was it.
That damn fan was holding everything together.
Here, hold
Okay,
on,
I'm going
hold
to say
on.
something, and at the end of the sentence, you tell me when you hear it.
No.
Hello?
oh yeah, we didn't.
Okay, good.
We,
Okay, I think we're good.
we failed.
Good.
All right. I say Marco, you say Polo.
Solo.
Polo.
Okay, I think we're good then.
Okay. Yay. Dang
It's an
fan.
interesting way of dealing with these technical issues.
Yeah.
I know.
Right on. Oh my gosh. But you were
It makes it so
saying
fun.
about what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, Dynasty Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Yakuza games where you're basically just an unstoppable machine and you're just
Mhm.
beating up like
Scores of people.
10 guys all at once.
Yeah.
Although in that one, the scale is a little bit larger.
Whoa. Okay.
But
So-
yeah. no,
So
it
are you
looked
like
fun.
a god among men or something like that? Like what
Pretty
gave
much.
you the
I think
power?
It's the style of game. It's called a Muso game.
Oh.
Mhm.
I think that's what it's called. Where you're
Yes.
basically you play somebody who's just an unstoppable machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Or I'll watch Boog play it. Because he's probably gonna get that. He's a fan of that franchise. But I mean, since I have you guys here, let's talk about Ubisoft. Ubisoft is going through quite the oh my god, it's like a sun like being destroyed. Just reaches its life cycle and it's just about to explode.
It's about to go supernova.
Supernova, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
It feels like it's gonna be super bad. So right now they have people being encouraged to strike at their locations. You have Assassin's Creed Shadows being pushed back to February, and them, canceling their showing at the Tokyo Game Show, which was absolutely nuts. And on such
Probably a
short
smart
notice,
idea.
I would definitely say so, because the money you would have to pay. And then what's the other thing they're going through right now? It's a lot. It's a lot they're going through right now.
Their investors are,
Yep. They're under investigation by their investors. Sorry, and thank you, Nas. Which one do we want to tackle first? Which one seems like the more pressing issue?
Strike.
All of them. I would say, why are the investors looking into them and then go into the strike talks?
Right on.
Fair.
Yes. Okay. Let's take a look. See. Boom. So, and this is coming from Insider Gaming, being pinned by Tom Henderson. Let's see. It's been announced that Ubisoft's executive committee and board of directors will launch an investigation and review of the company. The news came via a company financial statement and update, which include the delay of Assassin's Creed Shadows and the announcement that Star Wars Outlaws underperformed. The statement read, now before we get to the statement, you remember when they were asked by, I want to say, a bank, when the bank was investing in Ubisoft, right? Or am I wrong? But they were on the phone with them, and
yeah, I think so. Bank of America.
Right.
Was,
So they saw the backlash, and they asked the CEO directly. It's like, so are you going to delay this game? And they were like, no. They'll love it when they see it. And turns out it underperformed. And that's like, my gosh, foundationally, what's wrong with them? You know what I mean? It's maybe they've been around too long, and they pull in a PlayStation, whatever we put on their plate, even though it's slop, they'll just eat it.
Well, I think you're right. I think these are foundational issues. Which is why it seems to permeate throughout the entire organization.
Yes, I know, right? Oh my gosh, there's you just got to take it out at the root, and my gosh, the restructuring is going to be insane if they actually go through it, if they don't just, spontaneously combust, they, and actually have a come to Jesus moment, so to speak, and
it's getting progressively worse because of the amount of attention that this is getting.
That too. We're kind of feeding that fire, which I'm happy to do. It's news. In the light of recent challenges, we acknowledge the need for greater efficiency while delighting players. As a result, beyond the first important short-term actions that are taken, the executive committee, under the supervision of the board of directors, is launching a review aimed at further improving our execution, notably in this player-centric approach, and accelerating our strategic path towards a higher performing model to the benefit of our stakeholders and shareholders. Finally, let me address some of the polarized comments about Ubisoft lately. I want to reaffirm that we are an entertainment-first company, you're right, creating games for the broadcast possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. We remain committed to creating games for fans and players that everyone can enjoy. That's why when they were releasing Assassin's Creed, they didn't pay any mind to the Japanese players who had a problem with it. They thought it was just the fans. It always goes back to blaming the fans for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Why would we look within when we can blame without?
Exactly. It's like the Simpsons meme. It's like, is it me? No, it's definitely the
it's
kids.
the children who are wrong.
Yeah, it's the children who are wrong. The gamers are wrong.
It's so arrogant.
Yeah, very much so.
It's so incredibly arrogant.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Looks like we got.
I think with games, like especially like Assassin's Creed, you're gonna want to look into the culture. You're gonna want to look into the lore. You're gonna want to look and have research and do it right. Otherwise, you're gonna be getting a bunch of crap. And the thing is that this isn't just for gamers that are giving them trouble. It's these people are like, you just like butchered our culture with this aspect of it.
Exactly.
And so they don't want to think about the fact that do research, and they didn't get with people that might be experts in that field to try to get a little bit more on it and be more authentic. So now they're just like, oh well, things blew up and now we have to take care of it. So basically they've created more work, more time, and more money.
Yeah. Now, okay, so I think it's like
doing it right the first time.
Yeah, I think it's a twofold thing. So with Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed, this latest entry into Assassin's Creed specifically, I think they did pretty good at recreating the world and the time period. Where they screwed up is, trying to pander to people like me. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of was it Kasuke?
Yasuke?
Yasuke.
The samurai,
Yes.
Quote samurai.
Yeah.
Yasuke.
Yasuke, thank you. I'm not a fan of, because you can see it a mile away. Now, if it was done organically, totally fine with that. Like with Ghost to Yōtei, they have a female protagonist. She looks like she's going to, kick ass and take names. I'm totally fine with that. A continuation of the story, it looks organic. Now with this one, Assassin's Creed, it's like, out of all the Japanese people, you're gonna pluck this little black guy out of the lore, this obscure guy. You're just gonna pluck him out. It's like, yeah, play with that guy. It's like, no, I want to play with the Japanese dude, And then, not to mention, Ghost of Tsushima exists, so it's way late. It's too late for them to come out with a Japanese entry.
But Fox,
Yes.
Fox, they're going to be releasing this during Black History Month. You mean you don't want that? That doesn't do anything for you?
That's hilarious.
It's like pander harder.
They're trying to be inclusive. Come on.
Yeah. Sometimes.
It's like, we see this iceberg coming. Let's speed up.
Yes. Black History Month. Play with the Black Samurai.
Man.
Like, what? We already have Afro Samurai, okay? We're good.
Oh, Afro Samurai is awesome.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Talk about Westerns. It's amazing. Well, Japanese. But anyway, yes.
Honestly, I feel like we could devote an entire episode to just unpacking this systemic, catastrophic failure that is going to be this next Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, yeah.
Because, oh my God, there's just, it's at all levels.
Yes.
Like, the whole time I've been trying to figure out, is this deliberate, or is this just the highest level of incompetence I've ever seen from a developer?
So I'm assuming that they think that was going to work. So the backlash that they got, it was like, oh, press. We got free press. So, any press, like the old saying goes, any press is good press. Not in the internet age, that doesn't work like that. It permeates way too fast, and the negative feedback that you get from it might just be overwhelming, that it kills it before it can get started. You know what I mean? It's in the reverse too. If something's really good, the good permeates really fast and thoroughly, and it can boost your game. What's the one? The Sony for $40. Helldivers 2. The hype was so,
or Astrobot.
Oh, yeah.
Or Astrobot.
Yeah.
Yes, the good press was so big and so loud, it boosted them to, they couldn't get their servers to, done fast enough for more people to join in. So it works both ways. Unfortunately for Ubisoft, they're going in the opposite direction, and it's unfortunate because I love Ubisoft games. Prince of Persia is one of my favorite top 10 games of all time. It's great.
Yeah.
So I'm sad to see it, but if it has to burn, then so be it.
Let it burn.
Yeah.
I worry for the employees.
Yeah.
I worried about the employees. That's all. Just like
100%.
with we're talking about a restructure. We're talking about a strike, and I'm just sweating.
Yeah.
I worry for the competent employees that are caught in all of this, not the ones that are contributing to this disaster, that are unwilling to listen to anything. Those people, they can take a flying leap as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God.
This was one of my favorite studios. This studio was responsible for two of my favorite franchises. I don't take any pleasure in seeing what's happening to Ubisoft,
Right.
but I'm not going to sit here and say they don't deserve it, that they haven't earned everything that's coming their way, because they do.
100%.
And it's leadership. It's all this stuff. There's all just flow upwards from the ground level all the way up to leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leadership's responsible for this. Not individual developers, not individual game designers.
Exactly.
You got a
Well,
problem with
it-
leadership.
And the only
It
people
seems like
yeah.
they've made a lot of mistakes. Like
Oh, yeah.
even the last Assassin's Creed Mirage,
Mhm.
it wasn't even anticipated very well. It didn't do very well. And then this one like showed promise and then then we got a better look at it and we were like, what were you thinking?
Yeah. A stealth
Yeah.
game,
So-
and you got this big samurai guy going around. You know, it's like that was one, and the fact that it's just, you know, what was it? It's from South Park. Pander harder. We have to pander harder. It's like, yeah, man. All right, whatever. See if that.
But just
loads your
not making any effort really to understand the culture that you're trying to recreate in the one that you're basing this game off of,
Mhm.
and not understanding how detail oriented they are and how closely they're going to look to make sure that you get it right.
Yeah.
And then then you compare that to what they've actually done. Like the latest hit that they took was the one-legged torii gate, which has huge symbolism in Japan.
Oh
It
yeah.
survived the
World War II,
Nagasaki
yeah.
bombing, and they just put it as part of their merch.
Oh boy.
You don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's like having Superman stand on the World Trade Centers while they're being exploded, and just striking a pose, a Superman pose, while they're like crumbling.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude. Come on now.
Mhm.
There are some things that are always too soon.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
too soon.
It's one of those things
Yeah.
that is forever. My God, the tragedy of that. No.
Mhm.
I don't think it can ever be one of those things where it's
It's always going to be too soon.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Ubisoft, great job.
Woo,
All
killing
around.
it.
Killing it.
Ubisoft, yeah, get your head out of your
Guys.
ass.
Yeah.
Use someone else's culture to expand your own agenda, which isn't even a great agenda. Let's go.
Let's
yeah,
go.
hey, you know what? If you're going to have this lackadaisical of an attitude towards culture, why don't you just focus on your own then?
Mhm. Yeah. Let's
That
get
way,
a
I
French
mean-
one in there.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
Yeah. All right. This one's another one. This is,
Agreed.
goes into the employees going on strike. This is coming from Forbes, being penned by Jack Kelly, a senior contributor. Tensions continue to rise within the tech sector as management and employees clash over return to office policies. Okay, so this is going to be a hot take from me. I don't see anything wrong about returning to office, and my God, because some of us don't have that option. You know what I mean? For someone to be like, oh no, I don't want to go back to the office. We know that you can do good work when you're remote, but you're not as efficient as you are when you're in the office. That's just it's common sense, and it I think it bears out in the numbers also. But go ahead. What do you want to say, Gigi?
You absolutely can be, and sometimes you can be more productive because you're in your comfort zone,
Right.
your own environment.
Yeah.
The problem is not everybody has the discipline.
Exactly.
Discipline, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think
And
that's
the
the vast majority of
motivation.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, to do it. Like, I'll be honest with you, I can't work from home.
Me neither.
There's too many distractions.
I hope the
you know,
future employer
there's
doesn't see
just
this.
too much that would
Like,
that
no.
would make me unproductive.
Mhm.
However, like, I know people that have been working from home, like for Oracle, doing computer programming
Mhm.
for over a decade,
Mhm.
and it's been quite successful. And there's a schedule,
Mhm.
like I get up at this time, I go clock in at this time,
Mhm.
my lunch is at this time.
Mhm.
This is what I do. This is when my scheduled phone calls are and everything. And
Yeah.
when you've got the discipline to do it and your dedicated own space, like this is my office, this
Mhm.
is work,
Mhm.
I go in here, I work, I leave. Work is the only thing that's in this area.
Mhm.
I think you can be successful.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
it's so few and far between that you've
Mhm.
got those people
Yeah.
that, like, yes, go ahead and go back to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, like, we're all spoiled and want what we want.
100%. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna cause an issue. Like, I do
Oh, yeah.
not want to get up and have to drive somewhere and get ready and everything like that.
Hmm.
But I know
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the work that I could do in an office.
Right.
I do more work working from home. because I don't have to worry about my commute.
Yeah.
I don't have
Oh,
to.
that's
I mean,
true.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to a meeting room. There's so much more I can do. I can fit in more useless meetings when I'm working from home.
Great. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I work longer when I work from home
Yeah.
because again, I could wake up early one day and be like, "Yeah, I'm awake," and just sign on,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
I've got my tunes playing, I'm watching someone on stream, I'm doing some data entry stuff. I'm like, if I work till 6 tonight, whatever, I'll get it done. I'm vibing, it's all
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
When I'm in the office and it's 5 o'clock, bye.
Yeah.
So there's a balance there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Like,
Do you,
I like
do you guys
that.
think
I like
this
that
would?
better. It has to
I'm
be a
curious. Do you
balance.
guys think this would even be news if there wasn't so much other crap going on with Ubisoft?
No, I mean that's one of the reasons I feel like they're striking though, because they're
actually, I
the
think
return to work
I think
policy.
right now it's more news because of everything else.
Mhm.
If this had been like a year ago, then it would have been because everybody was complaining about going back to the
That is
office.
very true. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that they should do it. Like, if they're gonna do back at the office, they should probably flex it. Like,
Yeah.
3 days office, 2 days home,
Yes.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be in an office. There's days that I'm just like, I can't. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to, because I have to go there. I have to
Yeah.
drive. I know the traffic's going to irritate me this morning or whatever. But if I get up, my traffic commute across the hall is not going to put me in a foul mood and
Yeah,
ruin
yeah.
my productivity for the day.
Yeah.
You know,
Right
so
Okay.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it just-
Company
I-
culture also has a play,
Yes.
and it's not looking like
Very.
Ubisoft has the best one.
No.
Oh
Oh
God.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Especially like old Ubisoft, the boys club deal. That was
Yeah.
rampant in the game industry with a lot of these studios back in the day. Well, I mean, shoot, man, who knows? You know, we know Blizzard because they were just so blatant, and it was passed through the media like it was like
Yeah.
wildfire. But who's to say that Ubisoft still doesn't have those kinds of issues, or some of these other studios? But yeah, that was a big deal. Good lord, man, that was it's bad look on the video game industry.
And look, yeah.
Yeah, to say the least. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, I want to get to where they're talking about what are the reasons for the strike. Oh, okay. So here we go. After more than 5 years of working efficiently in the current remote work context, many of our colleagues have built or rebuilt their lives, family life, housing, parenthood, etc., and simply cannot return to the previous working conditions. The Video Game Workers Union, STJV, said in a statement, the consequence of its decision will be the loss of our colleagues' jobs, the disorganization of many game projects, and the drastic increase in psychosocial risks for those who remain. According to the union, the return to office decision coincided with the breakdown of profit-sharing negotiations. That's a big one too. Ubisoft workers are being called to participate in a 3-day strike expected to take place on October 15th to October 17th. If I'm a CEO and they're like, well, we have all these issues that are arising, and I just can't return to work. Before I give my answer, I want to hear everyone else's answer to that. Because again, mine's going to be a hot take, I think.
Well, for me,
This
if
just
I'm-
happened.
Mhm.
Sorry, this
Yeah.
just happened to my company. We
Mhm.
went back to office full time in April.
Mhm.
They said if you work within a 55-mile radius
Mhm.
of the company, you are to be in the office 5 days a week, whether or not you were previously hired remote.
Jeez.
And if you cannot do that, you will no longer have a place here. So they just we got bought by a private equity firm who does real estate. And they were like, we buy and sell office buildings. We can't own a company that is not in the office. So they were just like, and here's your new marching orders. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, so many people are going to leave. Not that many people left. You just kind of have to do it, I
Mhm.
mean, people will complain about it, but
Yeah.
if your livelihood's on the line and now your commute went from 2 seconds to 2 hours,
Yes.
we didn't
Jeez.
see that much of a turnover. I mean, this was in April, so there could be people, the job market's insane, still looking,
Yeah.
but we kind of expected an immediate exodus.
Mhm.
and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of crappy.
Yeah.
And it's hard because in the 5 years, as they're saying, people did maybe move away or change their lifestyles, and you can't just like sell your house and move back.
Exactly.
There should be some sort of flexibility, but then you're playing favorites. It's a very complex situation.
Now the 55
kind of
mile
a-
radius, that seems insane to me. 55
It's kind of a
miles.
dirty way, a dirty
Yeah.
way of reducing your overall expenditure on staffing
Yeah.
while
Mhm.
not having to pay a severance. Because if
Exactly.
you
We
make
don't have to
Yeah.
lay people off. They'll leave.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on. Holy mackerel. All right.
I
It's
also
gross.
think like it could have been, you know, people had different money. You know, they didn't have to pay as much to fill up for gas. They didn't have to
Mhm.
buy
Mhm.
extra for work or spend money going out because they didn't have time to make a lunch or make a breakfast
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
you know, the coffee was right there on their counter instead of having to go to Starbucks or whatever.
Yeah.
There could have also been people that were like, okay, well, we have this 2-bedroom house, but now I need a 3-bedroom house because I need a dedicated space
Right.
or
To work.
yeah, or whatever. And then after 5 years, I think it's a little much to just be like, nope, you're coming back no matter what.
Okay.
I think that you're right about the playing favorites, but if you look at the productivity of an employee, you know, at home versus like work, I think they should start out like slow, like flex it, like
Yeah.
do, okay, everybody's going to start coming in 2 days a week and we're going to stagger it. So it'll be these people come in these days, these people come in these days,
Mhm.
Mhm.
vice versa, or do like 3 days one week, 2 days the next week, ease people back into it. It's going to be an easier pill to swallow, but
Yeah, but you do that when you care about your employees.
Get them.
So my hot take is went from it's a more of a little sizzle. I 100% agree with all of you guys. It's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. The staggered schedule, I like that. GG. 55-mile radius, that is insane. If you drive,
that's dead wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
more than an hour, or
Yeah.
I don't know, because I drive 30 minutes to work and back, so my whole there and back is just an hour, which isn't that bad.
See, I'd be a jerk and I'd be like, oh, I just moved to this apartment that's 56 miles away because I'm vindictive.
If you move out of the radius, when the decree happened, if you were in that radius and you moved out, you would still have to go.
Oh,
'Cause
crazy.
Yeah, it was. Don't worry. This isn't Ubisoft though. My life is different. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Ubisoft. But yeah, there's
That's
no
dirty, though.
outs. Corporate
Yeah,
America
you're
Yeah.
right.
bringing me down. That's why I play Pokemon on the weekend.
I know. Adulting is hard and
It,
stupid.
oh
You
my
need your vitamin P, right?
Pokemon. Vitamin Pokemon. I see what you did there. I like that. But yeah, no, all right. So my hot take, I take that back. I agree with what the panel said. Goodness gracious, you guys have changed my mind.
Well,
And I
we just
appreciate
have
that.
different perspectives. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just
Yeah.
we have our own
Mhm.
own opinions. Like before, I would have been like, get back to work. Like, you know,
That's kind of
quit
where
being
my
a
take was
baby
going
about
too.
it. You know, like I can't stay home and work from home, so why should anybody else? You know,
Mhm.
because again, vindictive. But you know, it's getting to see different perspectives and
Mhm.
getting to talk to different people that have had to experience it.
Yes.
And also, like, I get to stay home all day every day, so I don't wanna like leave me alone. I'm staying right here.
Right on. All right, let's
Yeah.
see what's going on with this delay. This is coming from Variety, being pinned by Jennifer Moss. I want to say that's it. Assassin's Creed Shadows launch delayed to February 2025 amid weak Star Wars Outlaws performance at Ubisoft. The launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows has been delayed to February 14th, Valentine's Day, from it currently planned November 15th release. That's a day before my birthday. Yay me. Game publisher Ubisoft announced that news Wednesday, citing a weak performance for a new title, Star Wars Outlaws, and lower than expected profit in the current quarter as the deciding factors in pushing the next installment in the Assassin's Creed franchise. The delay comes one day after PlayStation revealed its Ghost of Tsushima sequel, Ghost of Yōtei, which has a similar historical Japanese setting to Assassin's Creed Shadows, will debut in 2025. Let's see. Per Ubisoft, while the games is feature complete. The learnings from the Star Wars Outlaws release led us to provide additional time to further polish the title. This will enable the biggest entry in the franchise to fully deliver on its ambition, notably by fulfilling the promise of our dual protagonist adventure with Noe. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Nawe. Oh, that sounds bad. That sounds
I'll let Ken correct me.
Yeah, let me get closer.
It's Naoe.
Naoe, yeah.
Nawe.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Yasuke. I was saying Yusuke for the longest time. Yasuke.
Like Sasuke. Yasuke.
Yeah.
Bring it to very different gameplay styles. I wonder.
Now, see, that's not entirely what I heard. Yes, it's to polish certain things, but they're also looking to add a bunch of stuff in only 5 months. I don't know how they're going to do that well, which tells me they're not going to do it well, considering the current state of the game. I don't really know how much you can do in 5 months, especially when Ubisoft is just getting it from all different angles right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
There's
are.
a lot happening.
They're getting beat up pretty good.
But I am going to say that whilst I love me some Ubisoft, like I really like the Assassin's Creed series. Prince of Persia was awesome, like we were talking about. There's a lot from them that I love and believe in for them as a studio.
Yeah.
However, the moment that I heard the next Star Wars game is being done by Ubisoft, I already knew I wasn't going to buy it. I already knew I wasn't going to play it. I wasn't going to stream it. I wasn't going to anything with it. And like I even got asked, I think the week before, like I was in like one of the PlayStation parties with some other gamers, and they were like, "Are you going to buy it?" I was like, "Absolutely not."
Give me one quick second. I'll be right back. Sorry.
So,
It's fun to watch,
I'm
but
sure
not
it
for
is,
the
but
reasons that you think it is, though.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't even seem like I need lightsabers like to play with myself.
Well, I don't even think you need. I mean,
I need it, Nos.
The world is so cool.
Go
What
play.
if you're just like,
Go play Jedi Knight 2, and go play Jedi Academy, where you actually get to control a Jedi. Those games are fun.
I like Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some good ones. I'm sure it's a great world. I wasn't impressed, and especially because you know how much I love microtransactions, which Ubisoft is super famous for.
Woo! Yes, they are.
Yeah, that pricing model is, and for the people, oh my god, for the people that got to play it early, and then had all of their progress erased because of a bug. Oh, this was only for PS5. This is only for PS5 gamers.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
My people.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for anybody that's invested in this.
I would have raged. I'd have been like, these rat bastards. Like,
That's such a bummer.
And you know what though? In a sense, it's almost a good thing if you want to look at it this way, and because you shouldn't be charging people. I disagree with charging people a little bit of extra money for early access to a game, and I'm hoping that this experience with Star Wars Outlaws just sort of kills that a little bit.
We'll have to see, because the product overall wasn't good. At least that's what the scores say, and the gamer reviews and all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure that if a game looks really good, looks interesting, people are willing to pay for early access. That's going to continue. It's up to the companies to be like, I know, right? It's up to the company to be like, we're not going to do that. It's robbing, or we're taking advantage of gamers. We have to pull that back. Which I would look at that company as like, you're a good company, but we are talking about
it's just kind of like how they didn't charge extra, but it was the catch-22 of if you buy digital, you get it 7 days early. So like with Hogwarts Legacy and stuff like that, and sometimes I do like the ease and convenience and the fact that I get it right then and there. I do like digital sometimes for that, but we know that I'm very untrusting, and I know that at any moment, like a license can be taken from somebody and my game is gone.
Yeah, that's not unfounded.
So we
You're
know
exactly
I don't.
right.
Yeah, so we know I also like have trust issues with digital. But that's how they've gotten me on some of them. Like, you know, Resident Evil. Like, I get it right the second that it turns midnight. You know, I got that game. You know, so with Resident Evil 4, I did pre-order it on digital for that reason. Hogwarts Legacy, I was like, I get it a whole week before you suckers. You know, so,
fantastic game. I just went back and played it. Yeah.
So I mean, that it kind of wasn't like you have to pay extra, but I felt like I was forced into digital because I don't want to wait. I'm impatient.
Yeah. And then I'm sure probably Nash, you probably touched on this, but the pricing, taking chunks of the game out so you can sell it to people for a DLC and have them, or you know, that absolutely is the grossest thing ever. And Ubisoft is notorious for that. Notorious. Greed.
Yep.
Sorry,
they're not alone.
Chicken. One of the kids were in here and they brought this in here. Great.
There's
chicken
because I'm looking at the other games that are coming out at the same time Assassin's Creed's going to be coming out, and one of them was Civilization 7, and I had a mini rant on one of my streams about the pricing of that. To basically, actually no, to buy the full game, so that's everything that is supposed to be included in it, will cost me $168.
No,
jeez,
that's a no.
Yeah.
$168 for all of the civilizations, all of the leaders, and all of the map packs and all of that stuff. And then here's the thing. Here's the little cherry on top. It may not even be the full game, because to pay for that $168, I get 2 free future DLCs. But if they release more, I have to pay for that
pay
too.
For those.
$200.
That's right.
Yep. And the question I'm asking myself is there really a $170 difference from the previous version of Civilization to this one? And the answer is emphatically no. No, not a chance.
No.
Woof.
Yeah.
The games don't
they're
change
getting
that
ridiculous with that.
Yeah.
I know,
agree.
like,
my gosh.
I don't mind
silly.
DLCs.
Silly
I
out
do like that. But when you're sitting there getting told if you buy the digital deluxe, you get, it used to be digital deluxe, you get like the soundtrack along with it, the art book or whatever.
Yeah.
And DLC pack 1, 2, and 3. And that's what they were doing. And so that covered all the DLCs.
Now we've
it's
got
just
single
like,
player games with season passes.
Yeah, now it's
What the
just
hell's
like, okay, well, you'll get this one costume, this one weapon, you'll get these many credits for their in-store currency, and you'll get the first pack, you know, and you're just like stuck.
There's so many more games to play out there. We don't need to suffer through this crap.
100%, yes.
They think they've got
Take care of your
everybody over a
backlog.
barrel. They don't.
They don't. No. And what
It's
that
just
stat
people
came
that
out.
continuously keep paying for it. That
Yes.
are hurting us.
There, yeah. And the ones that are going to go out and buy the PlayStation Pro, that's going to irreparably change the pricing of consoles going forward, guaranteed. The PlayStation 6 is probably going to be around $700-800 now instead of $4 or $5. You know what I mean? So that it makes a difference. You know, everyone out there who are we as consumers have the power to, you know, price these things ourselves. You know what I mean? You just have to, you know, be patient. You know, be more strategic with your dollar and things like that.
There is no reason that I personally, and I put it on Twitter and I even tagged PlayStation, you are not getting me to buy a $700 console that doesn't even have a friggin' disc.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, as a physical disc person, give me the manuals. Like,
Plus, you got to think about it.
Is.
I didn't have to get a 4K Blu-ray player because I had my PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my disc. Like, you know,
physical pain.
Like, quit trying to force everybody to go digital or force them to pay a lot extra just to get the convenience.
Because they want to be able to take it away from you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go out and buy a PS3 as soon as I get a chance to actually sit down and play it, because I missed that entire generation. I never played any PS3 games, and I can play that instead of playing a PS5.
Yes.
or PS6 or whatever's coming out, and I can catch up on that while I'm waiting for the price of these new consoles to become somewhat reasonable.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush.
We need to live our lives on lag.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just like
Mhm.
lag 10 years, you know?
It's-
like buy
Yes.
the PS3 when the PS6 comes out, play all those games, and
Yeah.
just keep going because it's
It is
so
not easy.
crazy.
It is
That's-
not easy.
That's how
But
I
you-
Because all
used
the
to do
shiny
it.
stuff's so cool.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why they keep
I
making
bought the
iPhones
PS3.
every
I know,
year.
right?
Good lord.
I bought the
man.
PS3 2 weeks before the PS4 came out
Solid.
I've never
And
bought a console
on-
like brand new.
on a steep discount
Yeah, yeah.
because
Yep.
they were discounting them all.
I
Yeah.
got my
Mm.
PS4, and then 2 months later, they announced the PS5, and I was like, sick nasty. That's what I
Nice.
wanted. Cool.
Sick nasty.
I think the PS5 is the only one that I tried to buy new and couldn't
Mhm.
get forever.
Okay.
And I really loved the graphical differences and
Mm-hmm.
all that. It was a bigger leap from
Mhm.
PS4,
Yeah.
noticeable to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I'm looking at the PS5 stuff, I'm just like, that just doesn't even.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally no different. I'm
No.
not gonna do it. And people are like, "Oh, I just turned in my PS5, and so now I've got $300 I only have to pay for the PS6." Like,
Yeah. It's,
no,
it's
you're
hilarious.
stupid. You
Yeah,
just
that's-
still pay the same amount.
You're stupid. That's
Yeah, like
It-
here's your freaking sign. Like, you're stupid. Like,
Oh
you
my
paid.
Was that a Bill Engvall reference?
Some people, yes, some
Okay.
people might have paid $600 because they had to pay the extra money because they couldn't get a hold of PlayStations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're just looking at their digital being $399, and then, well, now I only have to pay $400 for my PlayStation 5.
Mhm.
No, incorrect. Because if you paid $500 because you couldn't get a hold of it,
Mhm.
then now you're paying even more for the PS5 Pro. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
people just don't think about that, or they're like, "Oh, I saved this much money because I turned in my PS5." Okay, what are you playing in the meantime?
Yeah.
Until this
Mm.
comes out, what are
Mhm.
you gonna do
math
if
is
it
hard.
has the same supply issues
Mhm.
as the PS5
Yeah.
launch? What are you gonna do without your PS5? How
Oh.
mad are you gonna be?
Oh, exactly. And the scalpers are going absolutely nuts. Just
Mhm.
as a
Oh, yeah.
PSA, don't buy from scalpers, people. Don't
Yeah.
do that. You're just emboldening them to keep doing this.
Mhm.
If you see scalpers, eBay reselling for, good lord, the increases are ridiculous. Don't do it. You're making it. It's going to be harder now for people to get consoles and other things.
You know what?
You
Take away that approach.
Mhm.
Because when you're talking about doing something for the benefit of somebody else, a lot of times people will be like, "Well, I don't care about other people." Okay, but do you as a customer want to get screwed? Do you want to pay more for something than you have to? Because you don't have to.
Exactly.
You can just. It takes time
Mhm.
and it takes patience,
Mhm.
but you can learn to wait. The FOMO with these is what gets people to buy stuff
Yeah.
right away.
So
And
good.
what's,
Yeah.
what's got people waiting in queue to buy a 30th anniversary PlayStation 5 Pro
They
that
look
costs
so good though.
$1,000
does look good, but
American.
You know what?
That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna be like, "Oh, well, I can buy the controller separate.
I
True.
want the
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah,
I do.
Here goes,
it looks
here
so
goes
good.
my skin that I can put on my current PlayStation."
See,
Exactly.
I don't give a crap about any of that stuff. It's just
It's
don't,
not the
I
FOMO.
don't
I'm
care
not
what my
talking
place.
about you right now, Nos.
I don't
I
care what my
know.
console looks like when I'm playing a game on there. I'm not looking at my console. I'm looking at the bloody screen.
True.
Nos
Really? 'Cause
tweeted
my
it and
console-
was
Here's my TV and here's my console, so I'm
Yeah.
constantly looking at my console too.
All right. I mean,
Nos
you know what?
tweeted it and
You
was
do
all
you.
negative, and I was like, "Oh, but I want the controller." And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were like, "Oh, but this," and I was like,
I
"No,
want
one
the
of my
controller.
controllers just broke. This is perfect. Give me that controller."
Okay.
See, I'm cool.
Fair
Like
enough.
the controllers are a thing for me, and I'd rather pay under $100 for a new controller
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
than
yeah.
like $850 with tax for a new freaking digital only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because shoot, man, you put the disk drive in there, you're getting real close to $1,000. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's insane.
Exactly. And the thing is I'm always going to want a console because I don't have to. I am that person, so don't even say it, Nas. I don't want to have to upgrade. because I will.
Mhm.
I'll constantly be like, I need the newest graphic card. I need the newest this, the newest that, or I need to add more RAM. I don't have to do that with my console. The worst I have to do is add some memory.
Yeah.
And also, they are catering to my exact console. They are not catering to my custom-made gaming computer that I would make because I have to make my own.
It's very true.
You know,
And then the games, they're doing more as
yeah,
far as bringing PlayStation
so-
games to PC, but they're not
Yeah.
quite there yet. But go ahead, Gigi. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's just my thing. It's more of a, because it's a convenience, it's a one-time fee. It's not something that I'm going to constantly keep up with. And, you know, having a cybersecurity background as well, it was more of, I'm constantly going to be like, okay, let me run these scans, let me do this, let me do that, let me double check this before I even download from this website. And just, it would just be so much work for me. That's why I like consoles. So
See,
I'm
I'm all
gonna
about
stick
value.
with a console.
Yeah.
I'm all about value for my
Well, that
dollar.
gives me gives me value for my
Well,
dollar, because you know
one of
why,
the-
Nos? Because I'm not going to be like, oh, the newest motherboard just came out that fits this new graphics card, and I'm going to rip my entire computer apart and redo it because it needs to
We're
be
different
the
type of
best.
PC gamers though, Gigi. Because
Exactly.
I've been a,
So for
I've-
you get value. For me, it's stress and wanting
there's
the best.
a few different ways that I get value. Number one, when I build my machine, I make sure that it's going to last a long time, and I squeeze out as much from my PCs as I can. But the other way that I get value, especially from all these games that were at State of Play, being PC games, aside from like 3, means that I'm going to be able to play these with mods, which extends the replayability of the game even further, which means more value, which means not only more value, but a better experience overall, because they can improve the textures, or they can add stuff that wasn't in the base game. That I love. That's one of the reasons I will never exclusively be a console gamer ever again, because I don't have that. I don't have that on console.
And I do love mods, and I do love the cool things that you can do and stuff like that. But again, I've always tended to replay games no matter what. So for me personally, it's like that. And I agree, when I build a computer, I build it to last. Like, I had a computer that I used for 12 years that was still kicking the butt of a 2-year-old computer, because I take care of them. I built them with the top of the line, the quality, the everything, and I always take really good care of my stuff. But as I've gotten older, and the fact that I have a whole little horde of children, both fur and human, I don't have time for that anymore. And I'm the type of person that I kind of computers I'm obsessive with. Like, I'm going to work on them, I'm going to clean them. You're going to see me open that case and delicately clean the inside components as well, because I'm going to make sure this puppy lasts for a long time.
You and I are very different.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
Right
that's
on.
why I go there.
So we're gonna move on to a much happier article.
Let's
funny.
end
It's
this
funny
happy.
anyway.
Yes.
End it happy.
End it happy. Yes. This was
A
coming
lawsuit?
from- yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
hilarious
lawsuits
because
can be happy.
it's funny. It's more funny, and it's happy because it's funny. Anyway, it's coming from IGN.
It is amusing.
This is coming from Nas's best friend, Rebecca Valentine. Yes.
Hell.
It's Stellarblade versus Stellarblade as Louisiana company sues PlayStation and Shift Up over a name. So the thing that like kind of, you know what? Let's just skip down to that one. So in the lawsuit, Stellarblade and Mahaffey, that's the guy who owns Stellarblade, the multimedia company. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mahaffey. I don't know. Claim that the Louisiana company has existed since 2010, providing multimedia entertainment services such as film, documentary, commercial, and music video production services. The lawsuit alleges that Mahaffey, we'll just call him M, has owned Stellarblade.com since 2006 and been using it in conjunction with his work since 2011. M notes that when Shift Up first announced this game, it was under the title Project Eve back in 2019. It was re-revealed in 2021 at a PlayStation showcase under the same name. However, the name was changed to Stellarblade in 2022. And not long after, in January of 2023, Shift Up first registered Stellarblade as a video game related trademark. M registered his own trademark for Stellarblade in June of 2023.
Ugh.
Then he sends a cease and desist letter to Shift Up a month later. Oh, M claims that while previously his customers were able to find information about his business easily, now people searching for Stellarblade's work on the internet only find Stellarblade video game. Additionally, he alleges the trademarks for his own business are confusingly similar, citing the color scheme of both logos is stylized S. So this is hit the multimedia company, and this is Stellarblade. Right.
What?
Yeah.
Those aren't.
Okay, well,
I know,
well
right?
for me, what I would tell you, sir, is that if only Stellarblade shows up during a Google search instead of your company, then you need to get on and pay Google to put you in a higher rank so that you're in the top 10.
It's got to get better
You
at
also
that.
need to hire. You also need to hire a web designer that will optimize
Yeah, because
for your search
Your
engine.
logo.
this is like
The
1990s
logo,
right here.
the logo,
Yeah.
it looks like you pulled something from Prince of Persia,
Yes.
especially with the
That's-
swords.
That's
I
the
think-
tabletop.
I think that Ubisoft should sue you. And
they can use the money, I guess.
I'm sorry, but it's just ridiculous, especially if you later
Mhm.
registered for a trademark and then decided
Yes.
to go after the
Yes.
company for it.
So M
The,
requests.
the trademark,
Yeah.
it for the name itself,
Mhm.
it cannot fly. Like, this is just ridiculous. That's like me.
I think they're just aiming for a settlement.
I
Yes.
saw an online
This next
player
paragraph
that-
kind of lays that out. So real quick.
Yeah.
So M requests for relief includes asking that Shift Up and Sony be prevented from using Stellarblade or any other name similar to it, as well as asking they hand over all materials in their possession with Stellarblade on them, so M and Stellarblade can destroy them. Additionally, M
This
is
stupid.
asking to be paid for damages and attorney fees. IGN has reached out to PlayStation for comment. M's lawyers sent the following statement to IGN. Mr. M registered at Stellarblade.com domain in 2006 and has used the Stellarblade name for its business for nearly 15 years. Given this long-standing in public use, it's difficult to imagine the Shift Up and Sony were unaware. Yeah, okay. Mr. M's established rights before adopting their identical mark.
Oh crap!
We believe in fair
What?
competition, but when larger companies disregard the established rights of smaller businesses, it's our responsibility to stand up and protect our brand. The defendants
That I do
photos
agree.
resources.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a little bit, but it's,
I mean, to a degree, but
yeah.
you can also just simply change it to Stellarblade Multimedia.
that might be worth doing that. The defendants far superior resources have effectively monopolized online search results for Stellarblade, pushing Mr. M's long established business into digital obscurity and threatening the livelihood he's built over more than a decade. Okay.
I'm
So,
on
yes.
I'm on his website right now.
Nice.
You were able to find it and not the game?
Dude,
Impossible.
I may not come off this way, but I'm actually a genius.
Uh,
Yeah, this is small beans. I get what they're trying to do, right? Get a settlement, get some money,
Mhm.
ooh-ha, hell yeah. I don't think this is gonna hold any salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking
I
like
don't
this is
think
going to go
so
to a
either.
settlement.
Mhm.
It's like a
especially
patent troll.
because
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
Mhm.
If they were established enough and that popular, people would have known that this company existed before the lawsuit. It kind of feels like, one, they're just trying to get money
Yeah.
off the coattails of something that happens to have a similar name.
Mhm.
And then you've got the fact that doing this has now boosted
Yes.
their company
Yeah.
up high,
Mhm.
and now people know who their company is.
Mhm.
Nobody would know who their company is
Yeah.
outside of that area that they operate in otherwise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. This
That's
this
like
is
somebody with the last name Lucas suing Lucasfilms for using their name.
Yeah. Oh, that actually happened. Actually, so it was a family. They weren't able to get a passport because they named their son Skywalker. His middle name was Skywalker, and they wanted to go to Disney. It's like, we can't give this to you. You got to change the name. You got to contact Disney and make sure that this isn't. But they ended up being able to do it. Yeah, it's a weird story. I wanted to include it in here, but it was
That's
super
insane.
fact already. It's just funny the way that this stuff works. It's like if I were a judge and I saw in Stellarblade, the Louisiana-based company came in. It was like, I want to sue this game because it has the same name. I'd be like, bro, to me it just sounds like you're cash grabbing. Do you have anything else?
Yeah.
You know?
Why
That's
are you
exactly
wasting
what
the
it
court's
is.
time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's why I couldn't be a judge, amongst other things. But
Well, that's a good laugh.
Mhm.
This is nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's not really proper for a judge to say GTFO.
not in those words, but
No, you need the gavel, right?
Yes.
That's
If they were in
GTFO.
Forspoken, they would say it. There we
I'm
go.
telling you,
God.
they would. But Ken, you found their website, right?
it's hilarious.
I just went to I just put in stellarblade.com.
Yeah.
I didn't Google search it. Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, well, I
Here,
mean,
hold
I
on,
can
let me
understand how Google searches would pull up the video game, but clearly when you type in Google, it pulls up video game underneath Stellarblade. Look at that. Result number 3.
Yeah.
And now number 1. It went to video game. And
I
it
also
says it
found
under-
Mr. M's IMDb.
Ooh.
see.
Here, Fox, click the link. It's so stupid. It's the location, the Vimeo, the LinkedIn, and then just the link logo.
Yeah.
Click that. We found him.
Griffith. You son
I'm
of a
Cool
pretty
name.
sure.
biscuit.
I'm pretty sure the name's pronounced Mahaffey.
Mahaffey?
Yeah,
I like
'cause I've
it.
seen names similar to that before.
I'm going to say Mahaffey.
Put this right here.
So
I'm gonna keep calling him Mr. M.
Yeah.
Mr. M is a good one.
It sounds like a
the reason I know that name is because when I
Dylan.
was a kid
Mr.
in Canada, there was a very, very highly publicized murder,
Oof. Yeah.
and one of the victims' last name was Mahaffey.
Well, I
Gotcha.
mean, oh man.
seem
Now
like
this
pretty
guy's
reasonable
like,
prices,
he
too.
comes from a traumatized Canadian family.
Oh,
Moved
God.
down to
No.
Louisiana.
You set
He's
yourself
just
up
doing
for
the
the
best he
wrong ass.
can, you know.
Genius, Ken, genius.
Yeah. Yeah. And he feels like this is his shot to get a decent chunk of change to maybe expand his business a little bit.
His life's been hard.
His life has been hard.
Mhm.
No.
Good
He's
luck to the
5'8"
guy,
too. I
honestly.
don't know why that's there.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, has he been
mean-
in any movies? Is that why he's on
From
IMDb?
what his website, he's done a lot of like commercials and music videos and stuff like that.
Music
it looks like.
videos,
Very
home
cool.
videos, editing, and such.
We're not gonna
But-
do it. He's in Baton Rouge. Okay,
Covington.
Mr. Mahaffey, if you were watching this, tell me what that food is like, dude. I'm so interested.
Oh
in
my
going there.
god.
Stop shaking my camera, kitty cat.
So this is what he has to offer. It doesn't look very bad. It looks pretty good, and the prices seem standard. If not, like really good prices for
Now
what they
we're
offer.
reviewing his business. Like,
We
what
are
is
not
going on?
sponsored. We are not
We
sponsored.
are
by
not
Stellarblade.
sponsored. We are
Ah.
just giving our opinion. It seems like if you are trying to get a band going and you want to make a music video on your YouTube, this dude can help you out.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
if you want to record your wedding or whatever.
100%.
Like,
Mhm.
Yep.
like it looks like just, I can't do flashy, awesome
Right.
effects with everything, and I don't want to learn how to do certain software. So this guy's got you handled if you're in Louisiana and probably elsewhere.
Here, hold on.
And one thing that's important to note is that he is not responsible for an award-winning video game where you play as a scantily clad Korean lady.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No way.
Should we? Should
I
we do
know.
this?
I couldn't find it on his website at all.
Can we?
But I can
I'm
see
so
how you can make a
sorry.
mistake.
Let's see what this video is about.
Here, hold on.
This is weird, guys.
I know. It just
This is
took a turn.
officially weird.
It took a turn, and I am sorry, but that's my fault.
We
But
gotta-
I've got to see this.
We gotta end it.
I gotta.
You gotta watch it on your own, Fox.
Okay,
No.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll
No.
give you that. I just wanted to see how good
I
it
feel
was.
cringe just you clicking
Yeah.
on that.
I
made me
don't.
feel
I don't
weird.
actually want to start ragging on this guy's
Oh,
business.
no.
This-
Yeah.
It might be really good. I wanted to check it out. I'll check it out on my own time. Sorry. Let's get back to the article.
I'm kind of mean, so don't play the video.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm not nice.
Right on.
In summary, this is hilarious.
Hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah. And not
got a
necessarily a big
lot of
company
free
going after a little
publicity.
company. It
Mm.
feels like a small company trying to kind of take advantage of a big company and their resources to kind of extract
Mhm.
a little bit of that for themselves. But I guess, let's go to this screen. Any final thoughts on what we talked about today?
I think the lawsuit is weird. Stupid.
Yeah.
I think you should do better when you tell people to come back to work.
Yes. Yeah.
And to Ken's company, you done did her wrong. You're mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Get ready for the group streams, Casual Consumer Network, the MMO, Archeage. We will all be there. We will all be dressed. We will be ready. We will be our classes.
Ooh,
we will dominate the scene.
Yeah. I've always wanted to cosplay
outfits. We can get into cosplay. Yes.
We will own that game as a consolidated unit.
Okay.
Yeah, we're what, the Casual Consumer Guild, you said?
That sounds really cool.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
It does.
That alone makes me want to buy
I call
that
us
game.
all the Casual Consumer crew when we're doing these.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Scotty's gonna come back and be like, "Hell yeah, let's go!" Like he's gonna be so in.
He's gonna be pumped. So now we know that we've got the guild. We're gonna start on that soon.
Right on. Any final words, Nas?
Yeah. So if you watch the state of play and you're a PC gamer, there's no reason you need to get a PS5.
Daggum.
Absolutely none outside of 3 games,
Zingers.
which are probably going to be on PC at some point anyway.
And you definitely don't need a freaking PS5 Pro.
You definitely don't. No, nobody
But get
does.
the controllers for the 30th.
Yeah, the controller's pretty cool though.
Get the controller.
Hey, excuse me. This is my time. Thank you.
That's so nice. That's so
Jesus.
I'm so
All right.
sorry.
And as far as Ubisoft goes, like I said before, I'm taking absolutely no pleasure in watching what I think is eventually going to result in their demise. They're never going to be the same. They're never going to have the goodwill that they've had in the past, and they've earned everything that's coming. It really pisses me off. Like, I am disappointed, and just as disappointed as I am, I'm also frustrated with their, I'm just going to call it what it is, stupidity.
Yeah.
So
Somehow
good
you
luck.
really feel
Good
nice.
luck, Ubisoft. You're going to need it. Freaking idiots.
Yeah. All right, Ken, what do you got?
Oh, my thing was the guild.
Oh.
So I thought that was my turn. State of Play did have some pretty good looking stuff. Again, not PlayStation exclusives. We often comment about the end of the console exclusive. It's just becoming more and more clear as we walk towards that finish line. Ubisoft, come on, guys. Pull yourselves together. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Do better.
Yes, 100%.
The only thing we can do is watch.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. There's no saving them. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It's just it's no turning back.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
You guys remember Last Samurai, the movie?
Yeah, with Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah. And the very beginning of the movie, I think I can't remember who. I think it was Ken Watanabe was watching the character that he plays, and Tom Cruise is surrounded by all of these different guys that are trying to attack him, and it's this really cool stylized scene where he's just surrounded, but he's not giving up.
Yeah.
And eventually he's going to be defeated. And I feel like Ubisoft is that guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's just taking it from every side.
But I mean, Ubisoft, was one of the ones who went around and, was torching their cities and not doing very good stuff. They're kind of getting what was coming to them. I hate to say it like that.
So what you're saying
I wish I
is
could say it
karma.
prettier than that.
Yeah.
This should be a warning to every other developer and publisher out there that thinks that they are too big to fail. You're not.
Yep.
Sony,
I hope you're listening.
I think that's true in like a lot of aspects of business or personal brands or whatever. Like, I mean, look at what Mr. Beast is going through right now.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah,
it's ruthless out there.
Yeah.
Anybody that can tear you down is going to.
Yeah, some of that might be his own doing, also too.
Yeah,
but
when you do crappy things in gaming, like gamers have a lot of time to look that stuff up and form opinions of you, and we can turn our back on you even if you survive.
Yeah. With Mr. Beast, it's kind of a special situation because the people that watch him are kids.
I know, but
yeah.
I was just saying, like, because it's like one of the biggest like internet personalities that we have going on right now. We see like the rise to the top, and now things are trying to tear it down, type of thing. So that was just an example.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because people know who that is, not necessarily the story.
Everything I've learned about that guy has been against my will.
100%. Yes, I've not watched the Mr. Beast.
I never have either, actually. So
I have never watched his videos. I am subscribed just in case he comes up to me and he's like, if you're subscribed, I'll give you $1 million. So
That's smart.
I have that
That's so shrewd.
That's just so smart.
But I've never engaged with his content in case he just appears and I can be a millionaire.
I admire that
TwitchCon
though.
or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on
We
the
should all
grind.
we should all watch a video together.
Oh my God.
That's
Not
a
right
terrible,
now.
terrible idea.
not
No,
right
no,
now.
no, not now.
Wait,
Not ever, really.
I can just see it now. Casual consumer reactions.
Oh shoot, dude.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of like
We're gonna have
confused
spin-offs.
faces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, what is
That'd be fun.
Yeah, but all right, let's close this thing out. Visit everyone on their socials and on their Twitters. What that's part of your social, on their Twitches and on YouTubes. We've got Ken, she does music and she does playthroughs. We've got Gigi, she does YouTube. She should get on Twitch also, but she does playthroughs of Resident Evil. She's currently finishing out 2, right?
Yes, I've actually finished recording 2 and all of 3.
Boom.
But
Okay.
editing, I'm still on 2.
Right on. So subscribe so you don't miss out whenever those drop. Nas, go visit him on his visit all of them on their Twitter. They're hilarious. But on his his Twitch and on his YouTube, he makes really great videos and very engaging on Twitch. Do I have that right?
Agreed.
Yes. Yep. So
Yes, but only on Twitch. I don't talk to people otherwise.
100%. He saves it for Twitch. Or yeah. But
Weird sick burn to yourself.
yes.
But okay.
I know. I do that a lot, especially on Twitch.
Right on. All their links will be in the description. I will have to add it in after the fact, unfortunately. Sorry, because I'm just a bastard. Goodness gracious.
Whoa.
Wow.
Just because I wish I could just get this stuff done a day before, but work and all this, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to hear
It's
this spiel.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't need to apologize, Fox.
You know what? We love
real
you
life
regardless,
happens.
bro.
Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna go close this out so we can get to our Saturdays. I know everybody's busy. Right on. Big thank you to the panel today. Everyone had absolutely poignant, intelligent responses to everything. Changed my mind on a few things. It was awesome. If you want to dig deeper into their content, visit them on their Twitches, their YouTubes, and their Twitter. All that stuff will be in the description. While you're down there, you can go through our stuff too. Watch the videos and all the live streams, all that good stuff. But thank you to the people who showed up and viewed. Even if you were watching and didn't say anything, we appreciate you. Wouldn't be a reason to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and to do the lives without you guys. So big thanks to you guys. You can catch us next Saturday at the same time or earlier or later. I don't know. But until then, keep it casual. Peace.